Hello, Angela Brewer here. Excited that you're here with me this evening. It's kind of late tonight. I just got home from a basketball game and I felt inspired. So I'm going to run with this energy tonight and come to you. I have a couple things on my mind that I think would be really great if you wanted to receive it. So I want to start actually with a funny story. In these stories, I think I'm going to just let you kind of get to know me and my family a little bit more. And so we have this very beautiful front door. It's wood and it has kind of a design in the wood. And so it's one of my house's best features is the front door. And over the course of the first few months that we lived here, something wasn't working right with the actual doorknob lock. So we have a deadbolt and then you have the doorknob lock, and something wasn't working right with the doorknob. So basically we have just moved along with using the deadbolt because that's what was working. And after some time went by, we realized that if the deadbolt isn't on, then you can actually just kind of push the door open. You don't have to even turn the door handle. You can just push the door open and the door swings open. We've had the door accidentally blow open on a really, blustery day. And so through this, we've kind of just had this thing that we know about our front door. And of course, I'm like, that's not good. We need to get it secure. We need to get it locked. And I just honestly didn't get it done. So knowing we were safe because we still have the deadbolt. So anyways, this one night we were all chatting together and one of my kids, don't remember which one, basically goes, Mom, I really like it that our doorknob doesn't work. And I was like, what? I mean, totally random, right? Totally random conversation. He just out of the blue was like, Mom, I really like it that our doorknob doesn't work. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And he goes, no, actually, it's so great because when you have a whole big load of groceries in your hand, all you have to do is come and do a karate chop at the door and it just blows right open. So you don't have to worry about how to get the door open when your hands are full. And so we just sat there for a moment thinking about how actually really cool this was. And the truth of that comment about how, no, you actually can literally do a karate chop on the front door and it'll just swing wide open for you and you can enter in. And we just busted up laughing, thinking that was hilarious. So I am here to admit that I have on purpose not fixed the doorknob because everybody loves the fact that you can kick the door and open it for yourself. And we all just think it's such a great feature. And so now repetitively, after grocery shopping is done, or even just unloading the car for whatever reason and your hands are full, we emphasize it a little bit more. We go into it a little more. Oh, here it comes. Even Preston, his, little tiny body, because he's not very big. He's only 8 years old. And he'll come up, he's got, his backpack and whatever, his toys. He's unloading the car and comes up, okay, Mom, I'm ready for it. And he gets in his stance and then he, hoo-yah, with his foot, and sure enough, the door swings wide open. He is so proud of himself and he thinks that he is just awesome because he can knock down the front door. So I have no idea at what point I might fix that, but for now it's been quite hilarious and we have all embraced it thoroughly. So that's kind of just a funny thing about me and my kids. We aren't normal. We do a lot of things that are not normal and we kind of like it. And then we kind of have fun with each other. And so there's a little bit about us. Anyways, and we buy a lot of groceries. I mean, they eat a lot of food all the time, every day. I just made a whole nother dinner when I got home from the basketball game. I actually knew it was coming though, so I was a little bit more prepared and didn't have this huge cumbersome meal to plan or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's no joke. So it's a really big deal when groceries come to the house and then you're unloading them and now you have a free pass into the house. So plus all around. Anyways, my heart is for you as a parent. I know that it can be really good raising kids sometimes, and it can be really hard raising kids sometimes. And so I am here as a parent coach and consultant and friend, whatever it is that you need. I am here for you. I have walked this journey a long time now. I know a few things, and I just love it. I love that relationship that you can have with your son or daughter, especially as they grow into an adult. And of course, the relationship changes as it should. But there can still be a connection that you have with them that is very special to you and to them. And I've seen it, and I just am excited to be on this platform in order to share with you more of the things that I have learned. So what I want to talk about tonight is, one, I wanted to just remind you that being a great parent is actually really simple. We can overcomplicate things so much. There's so much out there. Everybody has a lot of problems. Everybody has a lot of issues, and there are real issues. I'm not making light of any of those types of things. We can have huge things in life that are real, true struggles, like, dealing with depression or anxiety or sleeplessness or, disabilities in school. I mean, the list is so long, right? And we have things that are specific to our family that are hard. So we're also, in being good parents, trying to find solutions to the things that are difficult, which is great and needed. And so I want to highlight that the desire to try and help and the desire to try and fix and bring answers to the problems are really good. And so keep doing that as a parent. Your kids need you. They need you to do that. They often don't know what they need. You do. And if you don't know what they need, well, maybe slow down a little bit and kind of get a little bit more intuitive. And oftentimes the answers will come. Or, literally, you can book a coaching call with me and I can help you, because that is my gift. I can have a conversation with you. You can tell me some details and we can get to work about how to kind of work through some of the things going on that maybe you just don't know what needs to be done. But all of this coming full circle, good parenting is simple. It takes you slowing down a little bit, remembering a few basic things and doing them consistently, every day if possible, or at least a few times a week. And these things are so little. They're so little you don't even do them. We don't do them. I have gone through times and months where I forgot this or didn't do that. And so there really is so much truth to just keeping things really basic. I did my first video a couple days ago about welcoming your family, right? I welcomed you to my YouTube. It was really cheesy, kind of cute, whatever. And I also taught you, or kind of walked through this idea of welcoming your family. It's such a big deal. It's such a big deal. So that is simple. How long does it take? 30 seconds? And yet, how often do we skip over it? All the time. So I just want to really hone in on this fact that being a great parent, being intentional, making a connection with your kids can be on the most basic level, which really is the actual foundation. The foundational things work beautifully over and over and over. So I've already mentioned it before. Welcome your family. Give them a hug. Hug each other. The physical touch does amazing things for our minds, our brains, our biological makeup. There's a lot there. I will definitely teach on that more later, but I'm giving some highlights right now. So, and the last thing that I really wanted to kind of share is within the simplicity of being a good parent, the second thing I want to teach you is posture. So we often go through this season of life in raising kids where we kind of want them to like us, right? Like we want to be the cool parent, or we want to be the parent that, you feel like they want to hang out with you or be around you, or you don't want to tell them what to do too much. And this obviously is a little bit more as they kind of get older, but I've seen it too a lot in young children is too. It's you give them whatever they want, so one, they stay quiet, they don't throw fits, they are happier, so sort of, or you're just too flat out tired that you don't want to deal with it, which is legit. And but then as it gets a little older and as they grow, then it becomes this, like, you kind of want to have this space where your kids like you, they want to be around you, and you will often compromise your posture to allow a friendship to develop instead of continuing to be the leader. So it's really important. And what happens is it's actually counterproductive because, no offense, they don't really want to be your friend. I mean, maybe kind of, sort of, but not really. They actually want you to be their parent. They might not tell you that. They probably will never tell you that unless you're, my age. And yes, I can call my mom and my dad now and go, thank you for what you've done for me, right? But there's no concept of that at that age. And they really actually need you to be the one who is leading them, who is in charge, who is helping them to make decisions and helping them to grow, and not just kind of giving over this authority to them to figure things out on their own because, heaven forbid, I actually have something that might help them, but it might not be what they want to hear. So posture is really important. You are the leader in that relationship. You need to keep it. You need to own it. There needs to be an internal emotional alignment with that thought and with that position. So I want to say one other thing about it, which is when we are in those moments where you want your kid to like you and you have that hesitation of like, oh, I should just comply. They want to stay out later than they should at night. Let's just take that as an example, okay? I have a 17 and 18-year-old right now. I've been doing this for several years where they want to stay out later than they probably should with some of their friends. Now, they really do have quite a bit of privileges because we've grown into that, and they actually can do a lot of things. And I want them to do a lot of things and to have a good time and to have their friends and to go play and hang out. But let's just say, for example's sake, that they want to stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking, hey, how about like midnight, maybe 12:30, something like that. My tendency would want to be to say, sure, you can do that because I want them to be happy with me. Or maybe they want to play video games longer than they really should. They should get off and go do their homework, or go off and maybe hang out with their little brother, or do the dishes. Yeah. So all that to say, there are these kind of junctions, right? We come to this junction of they want something and we have to make a decision. Are we going to give it to them, or are we going to give them what they need? So now this does not say you need to control their life. Please do not do that. I will also talk about that at a later time. It is absolutely critical that you do not control everything that they do. It will only push them away. But you are still there to be a voice of reason. You are teaching them. Keep a posture in yourself that they do not have to like you all the time. So what happens is, this is the cool part, okay? The cool part is what happens is that you keep the posture, you tell them what they need to hear, you keep that stance with them, they go out, have fun with their friends, they're home at 12:32, now 12:30, anyways. They come home, close enough, right? And over time, as you continue to keep the posture of being the leader in that relationship, it builds trust. They trust you. It's an intuitive thing. They don't really know what's going on, and it's kind of hard for you to know what's going on. But what they're saying is, my mom or my dad cares enough about me to put some parameters on my life that actually are going to help keep me safe. Now, we don't want to be kept safe. We want to do what we want to do. But over time, as you keep that posture, they feel safe. And because they feel safe, they will come back to you. They will actually like you. They will want to be your friend. They will want to have a relationship with you or talk to you or tell you the things on their mind because they feel safe. So I hope that gives you a good understanding of what posture looks like in a parent-child relationship. And this posture should continue really from the moment they're born, of course, until they are 18 to 20. And you have to learn and read your child to know kind of when to relinquish that. And there are definitely things that can help you know when to relinquish that, but be the leader for your kids. It's just such a crucial thing. It's a stance. You will feel better also. So there's just something simple that you can do that will make a big difference in the way that the energy flows in your home. So hopefully I've made sense here. I've really enjoyed spending some time with you, and can't wait for the next video. And I hope you guys have a great evening. Okay, good night.